There's a lot of coming together for prayers, a lot of coming together during breaking fasts. And we can easily forget the need for us to do and practice social distancing. And I really want to appeal, numbers don't lie. One of the highest rates of death is being announced in the old town in Mombasa. I just want to appeal to our Muslim brothers and sisters during this period. The risk and the intensity of risk gets higher and higher as we approach the festive seasons of Eid and coming together. And I hope the advice that the Ministry of Health and health experts give would be adhered to make sure that we minimize the risks that comes with this practice of coming together and social gathering, which happens period like now much more than other times. Let me now switch our gear to the East African community developments within the EAC. As you know, lots of things are happening globally on this pandemic. The amount of disruption that it has caused, not only in people's lives, in economies of many countries, but it has also had significant impact negatively on global commerce. But without global commerce and without movements of goods, pharmaceuticals, and essential goods, we will not be able to defend ourselves against this virus. And it's for that reason that within East Africa, which we are part of, we came together as East African member states to see how we can develop an understanding of driving our commerce with minimal amount of disruption, because we cannot guarantee disruptions will not happen. The queues that you were shown of trucks, which in some cases have been as long as 40 kilometers, I think is as a result of this pandemic, which we cannot ignore. And so the agreements amongst all member states is cargo would be allowed to move across all member states without any restriction. And that is the position before, it is the position now, and it will be the position going forward. However, because these trucks are driven by people, each of these drivers must be subjected to coronavirus tests. If they have been done in their home countries, then they will be given a free pass at the borders. If, however, they have not been tested in their home countries, then it is an understanding between member states that the countries which trucks are coming into would have the obligation to do tests. So when our trucks go from here into Uganda and they don't have the tests for drivers, then the Ugandan authorities subject our drivers to corona tests. We do the same for for drivers coming from Tanzania, and we do the same for all drivers coming from everywhere, including Ethiopia. And so it's not a unique development to any one member states. It's an agreement that is consensus by all member states. And it is the right thing to do, because it doesn't matter how good we are in protecting ourselves as an individual country, given the porous nature of our borders. We must come together collectively to win, to fight this successfully. Now, I'm sure many of you have seen the stories arising out of Tanzania about border closures and all sorts of things that have been alleged. The border, for the purpose of movement of cargo, has not been closed, and we are, including up to today, up to this afternoon before I came here, cargo trucks are moving into Tanzania from Kenya and from Tanzania into Kenya. As a minimum, we will guarantee as Kenya, we will not stop any cargo trucks coming from any member states, including Tanzania. That is an arrangement that we must abide with as one of the member states of EAC. And so I just want to make sure that we keep our record straight, that we will continue to support commerce within EAC region. But of course, by taking the necessary caution of making sure that everybody gets tested, the same way we subject our own people to those kind of tests. So I just thought I will make that clarification. If there are any other questions on your mind, we'll be more than happy to answer. But we really are committed. EAC remains the biggest trading partner for each of the other individual member states. For us, it is a significant market. It is important. We want to make sure that we focus on East Africa, and anything that will damage relationships within EAC, we must deal with it. And we are engaging with our colleagues in Tanzania to make sure that any misunderstanding that might have arisen, and I've seen some video clips going around which we cannot verify, that our position as Kenya is cargo trade between all countries, including Tanzania, remain open, and we hope that is not going to be interfered with. Thank you very much.
Right. We can take one or two questions. Please, when you ask, please say your name, your media house, and who the question is supposed to be answered by.